Greg, how do you doing? Good morning. Good morning, people. That's another podcast. Sunday, January 27th, 2019. We survived one more year.
Well, anyway, welcome to Garage Door Politics, our live podcast on several platforms. My name is Greg.
Louis.
And we want to welcome our viewers on YouTube and also on Periscope, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and that is our audio version of our podcast, and on Anchor FM. And anyway, the shutdown is over for now.
For now.
For now.
3 weeks only.
And a lot of people are saying that that Trump lost the shutdown.
He did.
He did? It's not over yet, though. It's only.
Well, he's gonna do again, and he's gonna lose again.
But don't you think that the Democrats now need to negotiate with the Republicans? Don't you think it's time?
Not for war money.
Well,
because most of us in the United States, we are against the war.
Well, who's the most? Oh, you're talking about
67%.
Yeah.
By the polls.
And 60% of them are illegal. That's why they're against the wall.
That's what they say. Yeah, they always come up with something. We can't let Trump build his own dreams. And he's starting to see it.
How the
He's
hell?
caving in.
How the hell is it a dream? It's border security. Border security.
What security?
Border security.
What you talking about?
We can't have these people.
We can't have a border security spending at this point $6.5 billion just because Trump wants. He's not the czar.
The 5 weeks that the government shut down, they estimated it cost $1 billion a week. There's the money from the wall.
I have pointed the finger. Rich boy.
I point the finger at Nancy Pelosi for not even bargaining in good faith. Not even bargaining.
Because he doesn't have a good faith anyhow. It's been like that since he was in campaign.
President Trump's new White House Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, came out on Fox News today, and he said Trump is going to get the wall with or without Congress.
He's going to get more problems.
Well, we got 3 weeks now. We got till February 15th to hammer out a deal. This is only a temporary. What they did was a temporary deal to open up
just
government.
Open up the government and federal employees can go back to work.
And I'm going to tell you why President Trump did that. He saw what was happening in the airlines. He saw everything.
He didn't do it.
He signed it.
He didn't do it.
He signed it.
He signed as the president.
Well, he had no choice because it was becoming a safety issue with the airlines.
Well, he started out.
Well, they both did. They both did.
Nope, they didn't.
They both did. But the only problem I have is, though, he said he would own it. So evidently he does own it. But at the end of the day, the American people owned it. The American people own that shutdown. But now we got 3 weeks now. We got 3 weeks to come up with a permanent, budget.
I hope the Democrats don't cave. No money for the wall. There are many other ways. We don't need a wall like China did 4,000 2,000 years ago. That's the way they had. They didn't have what we have today.
Well, if the situation in Venezuela don't get any better, you think some of those people are going to be heading up this way in a caravan? You don't think so? Why? Why is
No.
that? Why is that?
Too far out.
Too far to go?
They're going to Colombia and Brazil. Brazil's having, Colombia's already now in disarray because millions of the people are going to Colombia, and they are doing the same thing in Brazil. And Brazil is already having problems, because Brazil has already their own problem. And now they have to deal with something that nobody in South America expected to deal with.
Well, I understand that, but isn't it because of a socialist regime in Venezuela?
That's not social.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's practices. I've already looked at it.
Listen.
So that's what I'm afraid here.
Denmark, you have Sweden. They are all socialism regimes.
Well,
you see them play havoc in Europe.
I understand that. I understand where
I
you
don't
get
think so.
50% of your money to the government. 50%.
And
that's what and you get free health care, you get all of
okay.
that. But
what's wrong with that?
Well, 50%.
See,
how much do you give here? How much do we give here?
Zero.
Sometimes. What about sales tax? What about all that? Sales tax when you buy something.
Yeah,
that's giving it to the government. The sales tax.
It starts with the state or the
But,
county.
but there's federal tax too, federal sales tax. There's all
Well,
that.
no, that is
It's
a
all-
breakdown on what is the state.
But it's not 50%.
What else is new?
Well, there was another congressman that came out that is in favor of the flat tax. That way we can collect taxes on even the illegal aliens, because the flat tax would
They are living here. They are supposed to pay. See, that's what we have in Canada, a flat tax.
But do you
So
think that makes
easy.
sense?
It makes sense to me.
Okay.
Now, you may say that's socialism. Yes, it is.
Not the flat
Not
tax.
communism.
Not the flat tax. The flat tax is not. It's just a tax.
Even Denmark, no, the Viking
But the
country,
flat tax
that's
would be
what they have.
15%.
That's what Canada
If you
is.
go buy a truck, you
Yeah.
get flat tax of 15%.
That's
You
what Canada is.
you go to the grocery store, you pay a flat tax,
You're right.
okay? But you know who's against it? The IRS.
IRS is just a arm of the government. You know why?
They're a contractor, is all they are.
You know why?
Why?
With a flat tax, they don't have to have so many people working.
Well, they would streamline.
Everything, gets to a flat situation. That's all. When I was in Canada 5 times, 25 years ago.
Well, how'd you get back? Did you cross the wall?
I'm not illegal.
Anyway, now the going back to the shutdown again. We've got to come to some. There's got to be some money for border security. I can see drones and I can see all that, but drones can't go down there and physically stop somebody. They can only observe.
But they can. The drones, by observing, they set up the border patrol to go over
Well,
there.
you still need money for more border agents. You still need money for
the Democrats.
immigration lawyers.
Pelosi never said we want a border security. We just don't agree the way Mr. Trump wants it. She never said we don't want that.
Well, I haven't seen her come out to change my mind about how she feels. I think it was totally politically motivated.
It was.
Politically motivated.
And it's gonna be.
And it's a damn shame, too.
Oh. He has been doing that since 2016.
Well, anyway, the newest bombshell came out, and I want to get to that in a minute. First of all, you know what, Louis? A lot of people wonder how to start their own podcast, and we wondered about that too until we found Anchor FM, and we were trying to get it off the ground, and Anchor made it so easy. It's basically sign up for free, doesn't cost anything. And you click, and as long as you have a microphone and a camera, which you just need a microphone basically, any kind of microphone, then you can start your own podcast on anything you want. So anyway, anybody that wants to go and maybe check that out, go to anchor.fm/start, and also too, they'll find you sponsors where you possibly could get paid to do your own podcast.
That's right.
And so we like the platform well. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Spotify.
I think we are doing pretty good by now.
I think it's a good deal. So if you would like to start your own podcast, just go to anchor.fm/start, and they'll walk you through it. Really easy platform to work with. So, getting back, the bombshell this
Done.
week.
So me, which one are you talking about?
In the middle of the night, Roger Stone was arrested, him and his wife and his 2 dogs.
I don't think that was the right to raise.
Were 67 FBI, heavily armed FBI agents went and arrested Roger Stone at his home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And it was about the middle of the night. And
what about 2 o'clock in the morning?
well, it's about the middle of the night.
Yeah.
About the middle of the night. I mean, Roger Stone is what, 67, 68 years old. I don't think he's going to be pulling out his bazookas and stuff and fighting them off. So,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either. So what prompted the FBI to use those so-called Gestapo tactics that Roger Stone said?
Well, he said this is political motivated.
What else is new?
What else is
But anyway,
it?
just
It works on both.
anyway, give you a history if you don't know who Roger Stone is. Roger Stone was an advisor to Donald Trump, but many other presidents and politicians, also all the way back to Richard Nixon. So he's basically a Republican strategist, is what they call it.
Yeah, he is.
So why did Mueller have him arrested? Because they say he lied, commit perjury, or
Those are the accusations.
okay.
We don't know yet everything is right or wrong.
Okay, but Roger Stone said he came out and said that he will vigorously fight this in court.
That's okay. This is right.
I understand.
We're living in a democracy.
Do you think there's anything there? Do you think there's anything
I don't know. I don't even know the guy.
Or you think maybe it's just another tax evasion type of deal? Of course, I've never seen anybody arrested by 67 armed FBI agents for tax evasion. I mean, that's usually when the FBI do that, you're a pretty dangerous individual.
67 FBI agents.
In
full
body armor.
retired.
Full body armor,
At
too.
67, they're already retired.
I know. But anyway, I think that was a little bit of overkill.
Well, that is what I have seen is there is a constant pressure on Trump. So they are trying to surround him. That's the way I see. I don't see a conspiracy. I see just,
You see collusion with Russia?
I still believe so.
But you think the president did it, or was his staff?
He started out because
His advisors.
he has been in collusion with Putin for 20 years or over now.
Well, I don't have any proof of that.
I have seen it.
Well, I hope
Back in the 80s, well, there was no Putin. But he was already very friendly with the communist region. I have seen that in a documentary.
Well, that and there's a lot of Russian mafia back then that were around on the East Coast too.
But that was after the fall of the Soviets.
Okay.
That was in Brooklyn. That was in Brooklyn.
But my deal is, so Roger Stone is being charged with lying to the special counsel.
I can't comment.
He's
Because
so,
I never heard about
but
this
anyway,
guy before.
but the thing is, anybody connected to the president, they're going after. Because
that's
of
what
the
we are
WikiLeaks.
doing.
This was the WikiLeaks deal. When
Right.
that's what
Right,
it was
right.
during the 2016 campaign.
Right.
So anyway, we'll see. He's doing court, I think, tomorrow or Tuesday. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, he's doing court. So he's already out on bail, but I don't think he's much of a flight risk. So
Nah.
I don't think so either. But who knows? They're liable to put people up.
Well, as I keep saying, let's see. It remains to be seen. I don't know. I can't have much a comment on
Yeah,
that.
and at this point we don't. But I just wanted to bring that up
No,
because it seems like the dominoes are starting to fall in that area.
Right.
And then something else that happened. I know it's been about a week now, but the problem at with the Catholic boys and the drum beating Indian and the black what do they call them? The black Israelites.
Oh,
That. But anyway, there was a woman that came out on CNN earlier this week that said that the Make America Great hat again, the red one. She said that every time she sees that hat, it reminds her of the Ku Klux Klan.
I never put it together, but you know.
Okay, so
I
anyway,
can see.
I've got a red hat here, so if I go out and wear it in public, that makes me a Ku Klux Klan white supremacist. You know, I mean, I'll put it on now. I mean, it's not a MAGA hat, but it is red. Okay, so any kind of red hat that makes this woman think of the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, even though it's not a MAGA hat, this is actually a Cannery Casino hat. But anyway. So if I wear my red hat in public, that's my tip-off that I'm a white supremacist, right? Is that what that is? Okay. Well, I'm beginning to.
I like the idea.
Oh, just instead of wearing a nameplate, we just wear a red hat. We just wear a red hat.
Just the red hat.
Right. Just the red hat.
That's the white supremacy.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You wanna
that's what
come back about what you sent me about the blacks, Israelites?
Yeah, the black Israelites.
How long do we have?
They're fine. They're good.
As I replied to you.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there are no black Jewish in the United States, and that's sent to you.
No, there are some that converted, and there's plenty of black.
They are converted on their own. Like many black people decided to follow Louis Farrakhan. Oh, I'm gonna be Muslim.
Well, I understand that.
But that doesn't mean.
But they've been around since the late '60s because they were an offshoot of another. What we call it, a radical group, and I can't remember, it escapes me now, but I understand that. They have a right to protest, but not to do the racial slurs, not to do, you know,
But
any
that's
of
what
that.
they do.
But I understand that.
So
I
to
understand
me,
that.
as I told you, nothing. What I know is they were in Ethiopia, they were all descendants of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba.
Right. That's what you
And
gave me.
they were taken to Israel more or less in 1986, 768 people in a tribe. Because the government, Muslim government, was already harassing them. So Israel took them. I never heard about black Israelites because that doesn't come with history.
Well, I know.
You
It's
understand?
something that I need to research a little more on myself. But I just wanted to bring that up only because of the
That's
red
okay.
hats. And so now you have the yellow vest in France. Now
In
here we're going to have the
France.
red hats. We're going to have the red hats here. So if you're wearing a red hat, be scared. Anyway, we're at our point of the broadcast, podcast, where our shame pile. And you have someone or something or some entity, the shame company.
No, I don't have.
You don't have any? Okay. Well, I do.
Okay.
And I'm going to shame President Trump. And I'm going to tell you why. You caved. You caved in. You should have kept it going. You could have got what you wanted, but you caved in. And so now you're going to have to get in there and negotiate now. And I mean hard, hot, and heavy. Because evidently Nancy Pelosi, the only thing she's going to give you is a piece of her broomstick. Because that's about all you're going to get as she flies around the country on her broom. And then Chucky Schumer, he's one of the flying monkeys too. So anyway, that's my shame for this week is the president because he caved into the Democrats. So that's where I'm at with that. So you wanna leave us with anything, Louie?
No, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much again for joining us on our live podcast. And I'm Greg and Louie. This is Garage Door Politics, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
Have a good day.